Mr. Feet? Mr. Bob A. Feet?
Sure, whatever.
What's going on, beautiful people? It is your boy Bubble Feet back with a brand new Hot Toys unboxing and review video for you guys here today. But before we get into anything, I want to say if you guys have just subscribed, hit that little red button, hit the little bell notification for any new videos that I upload. You know, it's just kind of random when I upload, so it's not really a whole thing. But yeah, if you guys are into like any Star Wars collectible things, well, I'm your guy. So, but going back into things, you guys already know by the title of the video what we are unboxing here today. Obviously, it is a Hot Toys figure, but it is a very unexpected one, at least for me. I did not plan on picking this figure up. I did not in any way, but you know, I know I had to do it for the people. I know you guys need to see this. You guys need to see what's the deal with this, and you guys need my opinion on it. So today we are going to be reviewing what is an abomination of a film that they call The Rise of Skywalker Rey and D.O. figure, Hot Toys figure here today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have picked this up. Like I said, this was a very unexpected pickup or, you know, purchase for me. I did not plan on picking this up, but like I said, I had to do it for the people. But yeah, I have to, of course, give a huge shout out to the good people from Midas Studios. Of course, like I said, what haven't I said already that they haven't done already? I mean, they are one of the best sellers out there to give you your day one pre-orders, figures, second batch even, doesn't even matter. Customer service, A1. Shipping, A1. Prices, A1. Like, dude, come on. Like, ow, come on, dude. They had like this thing all like packed up and stuff, and they had all the bubble wrap, and they even have like these corner things in the packaging and all that, so that the box doesn't come all dented up in the corners. And like, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that with anyone else. So that's like something that's amazing, and you know, you cannot beat their service at all. I mean, honestly, you pay for service and of course the figure as well, but service goes a long way, at least for me. So you guys want to hit them up for your day one pre-orders, second batch, doesn't matter. They got everything. So link will be in the description for the website and Instagram. But enough being said, let's get into the figure itself. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we have the Rey Skywalker. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. Today we have, I'm sorry for that. I did not mean to say that. That was a error on my part. We have the Rey and D.O. Hot Toys figure here. Very unexpected purchase, but you have to do it sometimes. You have to do it for the people. So yeah, getting into the box art, we have this very, very odd pose and picture of the figure itself. This is obviously the prototype. It's not actually the figure that I came, or is going to be shown here later on in the video. So as you can tell, it actually has a weird pose. I do not know why they posted it, but look at that finger, dude. Like, that thing looks so bent. It's actually like insane. Like, I don't know why they did that. It looks so wonky. And yeah, it's a weird thing. But I mean, they also do have like this nice ribbon. It still has the weird pose right there, but it has a nice blue ribbon like they had with the Kylo Ren one. If you guys saw my previous video, same thing. And then they have the little thing there. I'm sorry for the reflection there. And then they have the figure itself in a different pose, which is actually a pretty nice pose. But yeah, and then of course, like with the previous figure that I did unbox, which was the Kylo Ren one, we did have the back box art, I guess you would call it, which is really, really nice. I really hope Hot Toys does continue making this, because it's really cool, and I honestly think it's a nice feature. So yeah, obviously it's another picture of Rey herself right there in another pose, so it's really, really nice. So now let's take the lid off over here on this bad boy, and then of course with the box art insert, which is one of my favorite parts. Like I've said throughout all my videos, the box art inserts are really, really nice. But yeah, over here, very, very nice over here. As you can tell, we have Rey battling one of the training, so we have a picture over here with Rey posed up with the little training battle droid right there. Very, very nice, really nice. I really like how it looks. Obviously with her helmet on, her training helmet on, and then of course her lightsaber and all that good stuff. So let's take this bad boy out and let's get to the little preview of the figure. But first off, very, very nice selection of accessories. Really, really nice. So what we will do now, I will actually show you a little sneak preview of the figure right there. Just a little taste, you know. But like I said, now what we are going to do is lay out all the accessories that this figure comes with, and then afterwards get into the figure itself. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with all the accessories all laid out in front of us, and as you can tell, this figure does actually come with a nice variety of accessories. One being, you know, the many lightsabers, and of course the little training setups, and then of course the droid, and then her staff of course as well. So let's dive right into the most boring stuff, which is the base itself. So the base over here, you can see it's all the way on the right. Really didn't really care about how it seemed because it's just a normal base. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It just has a nice, or not nice, I guess. You know, it's just a normal sand painted top over here, along with the just normal plaque right here, as you can tell, and then just a normal black base. Nothing too crazy there. I'm gonna just put that to the side. So like I said, this figure does come with a very nice selection of accessories, one that a lot of people, or mainly everyone, didn't expect to actually receive or anything, because it was just last minute once the figure was released. But we will get into that in just a moment. So going into the next accessory, we have the droid figure, or, you know, accessory, whatever you want to call it. This is a very, very nice piece. Honestly, Dio wasn't like a very... I know what Disney was trying to do when it comes to like marketing, and, you know, they were trying to cash grab with this droid over here. But nonetheless, I have to give credit where it's due. The paint apps on this thing is absolutely beautiful. Just look at that. Like, obviously, this is a droid. They get dirty. They get on all... Like, they get dirty. This was... And then, of course, in the movie, you guys didn't see, he was actually just, like, basically an abandoned droid. And, you know, that's basically it. But as you can see, look at the paint apps on that. The green, very, very nice green. And as you can tell, the weathering on the wheel over here just looks like he was just obviously, you know, rolling around dirty shit. I mean, just straight up. I mean, there's nothing else to be said about that. And then, of course, we have, like I said, look at the weathering on him just throughout the whole thing. It's just absolutely beautiful. He does move, which is very... Or, yeah, it does move. The wheel does move, which is a very, very nice, I guess, feature on this droid. And of course, his head does move. It's very, I guess, it's nicely articulated. I'm not going to take out the plastic because I probably won't ever use them or anything like that. And then, like I said, he can move his wheel, and that's a really nice accessory, which I did not see or know about. Actually, I thought he was just going to be still. And you can see as you move it, you know, that stays in place, but the wheel moves. This is a very, very nicely painted accessory. Very, very beautiful. And just overall, this thing is absolutely beautiful. So with the accessory being done, let's get into the next accessory, and that is of course the training helmet that Rey comes with. Or like I said, with this droid, same thing goes with the paint apps. The paint apps on this is absolutely beautiful. As you can tell, it's very, very nicely weathered. Very, very, you know, just the paint on it is absolutely really beautiful. You know, and as you can tell, honestly, right there, you know, in the inside, nothing too crazy, just a little padding for the head sculpt, of course, because you don't want to get the head sculpt damage. But like I said, the paint apps on this is beautiful. As you can tell, this thing is absolutely, like, you know, it's weathered very, very nicely. As you can see, the paint chips right there. And of course, like, you can see the sand color, you know, obviously that has been used. And even you can see somewhat of the paint just dissolving right there in the little corners right there. So it's very, very nice. And as you can see, the little black lines and the little details on it is very, very nice. And of course, you see that little paint chip on the upper part of the helmet. So like I said, beautiful, beautiful piece. It's painted very, very beautifully, and you know, it's a really nice accessory. Probably won't be ever using this, but we'll see. And then of course, we move on to the next one, and that is of course the little training droid, I guess you would call it. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know the exact name for it, but I do know that, you know, obviously for you guys, I mean, who doesn't know, Luke Skywalker in episode 4 had similar training droid. I don't think it was the same one because it was a different color. It was a white one. This one is a red one. But going back into this accessory, as you can tell, very, very nicely painted as well, like the other two accessories that we were just into. As you can tell, look at the little weathering on the little, I guess, white parts of it. As you can tell, it's supposed to be white, but it's little dark marks over there. And then of course the very nice red. And as you can tell, these little gray parts as well, very, very nicely, like, you know, weathered. As you can see, little weathered marks over there. And just overall, just a very, very nice little accessory. This does have a little stand for itself. I do not know where it's in there, but I didn't mean to bring it out because there's a lot of stuff that I have to show. But there's a little clear pole. You just put it in there, and then you just have it there, and you can make it look like, you know, Rey's training with it and all that. So very, very nice piece right there. And then moving on to the accessory, we have the little bag over here. This is Rey's Scavenger bag, I guess you would call it. Very, very nice. This is of a pleather-like material, as you guys can tell. Obviously, it has a little plastic right there, which I won't really take out. But as you can tell, it's obviously a white. So my mic ended up fucking me over, so I'm just gonna have to talk over some clips. But like I said, this is a white bag. Obviously, it is obviously made out of pleather material. We all know how pleather material is. Unfortunately, you know, if you don't take care of this, it'll just end up being shitty. But yes, as you can tell throughout the whole bag, it does have like a little nice weathering right there. As you can see throughout the bag that it does have little yellow marks around it. So nothing too much crazy there. Probably I didn't want to like unbuckle it because I wasn't too sure if I was going to be using this. But yeah, you can see throughout the whole bag, even on the back, it does have the yellow weathering on it. So the hands from this figure were actually a lot smaller than usual, at least for me. I usually, you know, for every unboxing that I've done, you know, the hands are usually a normal size. But since this was my first, I guess, girl hot toy ever, well, the hand sizes were a bit, you know, tiny for, I guess, my liking. Or not my liking, but it was just really small compared to other hands. So that was something that, you know, I wasn't used to. And the hands were nothing special. The paint apps were basically the same thing as the same texture, so it was nothing crazy in my opinion. The hands did come in different types of forms, you know, obviously one gripping the two lightsabers on each hand, and then coming with two that had, you know, closed fists. So nothing too special with the hands, just, you know, your normal type of hands that every Hot Toys usually comes with. So the next accessory that did come in this figure or set or whatever you want to call it was this little cloth piece, which was actually not announced up until when this figure was released. And of course, if you guys don't know, this was a piece, or this accessory is based off of the last part of the Rise of Skywalker. Obviously, where Rey, you know, she has both of the lightsabers of, you know, the Skywalkers, and she wraps both of them in the little cloth and then practically buries it in the sand. So it's obviously based off of that. And of course, they had to include the Reforged Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, whatever is actually it is Luke's saber, but it did include Luke's saber that obviously you put inside this little, you know, cloth that I said earlier today, because obviously that's where she buried it. And then of course they added the beautiful Princess Leia lightsaber, which I will probably be talking about in about 3, 2, 1. The first and probably the only version that we'll ever get of Leia's lightsaber in the 1/6 scale form, which is really nice, and I'm actually super excited to actually have this, because Leia's lightsaber is probably one of my favorite lightsabers of all time in Star Wars, because it's absolutely beautiful. But as you can tell, look at that, dude. That thing is beautiful. Obviously, it's supposed to have that rose gold color on there, and then of course, you know, has that chrome look to it. But I mean, just look at the detail on that. This thing is absolutely tiny, but it just still looks so beautiful in 1/6 scale form. And then of course we have the Skywalker Reforged lightsaber. This is Luke Skywalker's, FYI. This isn't Rey's, none of that. But as you can tell, it has those little welding marks as it does in, you know, the real life version of the saber. So it's really, really nice. And of course it has that little leather grip thing right there that it has, you know, in the middle of the saber, because obviously it was torn in half and all that. But yeah, like I said, this thing is supposed to have, oh, I don't want to unfold it, I already folded, I already fucked up, but this little blanket right here is supposed to have both of these inside, and then where it's practically, like I said, at the end of the Rise of Skywalker, where she practically puts both of these sabers into this little thing right here, and then she practically buries it, and then she butchers the Skywalker name and all that good stuff. But yeah, and that's practically it. So that is something that Hot Toys did include very, very last minute, which was a very nice surprise. And, you know, it's a really nice thing that they added. I'm really happy that they did include this saber, because this saber is absolutely beautiful, and it's just, I don't know, it's just beautiful. That's just me. But yeah, diving into the next accessory, which, like I said, we were talking about that Hot Toys did include various amounts of accessories that wasn't supposed to be added in here. We have Rey's lightsaber, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, these yellow blades are for Rey's lightsaber, as you can tell right here. I do not know how to take this off. Oh, actually, but before we get to putting this stuff in, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this comes with Rey's lightsaber. As you can tell over here, we have it in here. So paint apps, I do not know like how Rey's lightsaber. So basically, I was just saying here that I don't exactly know how the paint apps or how Rey's lightsaber is supposed to look accurately, but I did say that it does look nice. Over here, I was practically saying I do like how it looks, It just looks a little weird towards the end because it kind of looks like an anal bead. Basically, it looked good like that, just without that, but the end part of the saber itself kind of looked weird to me. So that's practically what I was saying. Basically looked like an anal bead. But yeah, it is really nice. It is a really nice blade. Honestly, I like how it looks in general. You know, the little grip there, I probably was explaining how it looks really good, how it's a brown leather. It obviously looks like, you know, it's a brown leather grip that you're supposed to have there. And of course, well, that was pretty much what I was saying right there. And then of course, in the emitter, I did like how Hot Toys, well, I was trying to focus it here, so I was able to focus it, but as you can tell now that it's focused, that the little detail that Hot Toys did add was the fact that they added like a little burn effect inside the emitter in between. And then as you look in the outer part, it's a little lighter. So, you know, it's obviously supposed to look like the blade was burning up the emitter and all that to make it look like, you know, what a blade does. It burns stuff up, you know, a lightsaber burns stuff up. So yeah, basically that was it, you know. And then obviously this thing came with two different types of heads. Obviously this one that I'm picking up right now is the one you want to use if you want to put the blade in, and the one that it has in, you just, that's the one that you don't want to use the blade with. But yeah, usually like I just showed right there, you just stick it in. That's what she said, and then you basically have the blade in. So you have different types of heads that you can put on this, and over here I try to take it off and my dumb ass can't. It takes a while for me to do. I almost think that I'm gonna break it, but no, I'm doing it right. So there was that accessory, which was Rey's lightsaber, and then the next accessory that we dive right into is of course Rey's blaster. We all know how Rey's blaster is. This was actually a blaster given to her by the one and only Han Solo, which I didn't know at the time, or well, I did obviously, but I forgot about it. But yeah, this is Rey's blaster at this point now. And of course, it's a really nice blaster. I was just saying that it was a really nice blaster. You know, there was nothing special with the paint apps here. It was just a nice gray finish with the black rubber grips, or, you know, black rubber handle right there. And then, of course, at the barrel tip right there, you can see a little blue right there. I was saying that I would believe that's meant to look like it's, you know, burnt heat, or, you know, it's a burnt like exhaust tip, or not exhaust tip, but burnt, you know, it's a burnt barrel. You know, when you shoot lasers, obviously it gets burned up and all that, and just it's that little effect of that, you know. It's just that effect, you know. Same thing as with, you know, with a Kylo crossguard hilt, you know, the emitters get all burnt up and stuff. So yeah, there was that, and there was nothing too special with that, but it's a nice blaster. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Rey's staff over here. It is the biggest accessory that probably comes with this, you know, set. It's a very nice accessory. Obviously, it's most iconic. It's Rey's most iconic, you know, accessory, or I guess, you know, I don't know what you would call it, but obviously it's Rey's thing. As you can tell, it does look like the Rey's lightsaber. As you can tell, Rey's lightsaber is obviously inspiration from her staff itself. And you can see right there the comparison. I'll probably I think I do compare it in a little bit, but yeah, just the detail of it is really nice. You know, the paint apps, the little grips right there, or I guess strap grips, or whatever you want to call it, that she uses right there is really nice. You know, the paint on it really makes it look like it's, you know, actual straps and not just, you know, metal like the rest of the staff, and it's a really nice. And then obviously right there we have the little strap right there for her to hold on to. Very, very nice color as well. I like that color as well. And then of course we have the rest of the staff, which is basically the same thing. Both ends, like I said, with the same saber. I didn't like the ends of it. Kind of just looks like anal beads, and it just looks really weird in my opinion. I mean, it just looks like it's trying to go up someone's ass. But over here, I do also compare how similar the lightsaber of Rey's and then her staff, you know, the inspiration of it. As you can see, Rey did actually use the same, you know, I guess, design of it. While I don't know that she used the same material or the same, you know, part of the staff, I do know obviously she did use the same, I guess, model of it. So with that being said, that's Rey's staff right there. And well, now what I will do now at this point is, well, actually just dive into the figure itself. So we will be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the figure here itself. And my initial first thoughts of the figure, well, it's a pretty nice figure. For those of you that are Reylo fans, Rey fans, doesn't matter. I think this is an ideal figure for you, especially if you did like her in The Rise of Skywalker. To me, Rey isn't, one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, nor is she even close to it. On all honesty, I don't even like Rey's character, but that's not going to play any effect into how I, review this figure. I'm just going to give you guys my honest opinion, and well, my honest opinion as of right now is this is a pretty nice figure. It really is. So, without further ado, let's get into the figure. So, obviously we have the figure here itself. As you guys can tell, she does come with her normal boots. I believe she does come with this in practically every figure that they came out with. Nothing crazy here, just we have like the normal weathering or just, just normal boot color, I guess you would call it. Nothing crazy. And then, of course, as we move along, there's nothing here on her shins or nothing like that. It's just her skin texture. We do move up along her shins right here. As you guys can tell, she does have paddings on both of her, I guess, pants, on both knees of her pants, which is really weird. I don't know why they would add like this kind of look. It kind of just looks weird. But yeah, I didn't even know that they had this, but I don't know if the camera could pick this up. But it does kind of have like a little weathering to it, like a little dirt weathering. And that's something that's actually really cool that Hot Toys did. And you guys will see later on in a few seconds or minutes that they did or are consistent with, the weathering with the dirt marks throughout her whole outfit. So, and then of course, as we move upon her upper leg areas, there's just her normal pants, nothing too crazy there. And of course, as we move up upon her upper torso area, we have her belt. And of course, this belt is pleather. Of course, Hot Toys loves to use pleather material. So I would be careful, but also at the same time I wouldn't, because I mean, you're not doing anything up on that area. And of course, we have like her little belt buckle here in the middle, which is, just slanted like that. And as you move along, you can see that it's slanted to her little gun holder or gun, her gun holster, and then it's attached on her thigh area, which is a very nice look. I actually kind of like that look, which is pretty cool. So yeah, nothing crazy there. And of course, as we move up, we have like this little gown thing that she has on her right side. She has one up right here, and then on the back over here, and then we have one over here, like a little loop one on this side. So one thing I did, like I said throughout the earlier part of the video, this thing does come with like little weathering, with dirt mark weathering, so it's really cool. Right here on towards the, I guess the end parts of the gown, it does have like a little yellow weathering. I do not know, I don't think the camera will pick it up, kind of just because of the lighting, but it does have like a little yellowish tone to it compared to like the white tone that it has over here. Obviously it's supposed to, show that it was used in the dirt, because she was using this outfit in, that, I don't know what planet it was, to be honest. I forgot what planet it was, but she was using it on a planet where it obviously had dirt and all that. And of course it's going to show, because it's the longer it is, the longer it's closer to the floor, and of course it's going to get dirty. So yeah, it does have both the weathering, or I guess, just little dirt marks on both of this part of the gown, and then you can kind of see it right there. It's very subtle, but you could see it obviously in person. You'll see it better. And of course on the back, she does have like this little dirt mark right here. You can see it as well. Very, very subtle. Looks kind of weird though, because it kind of looks like she shit herself and she was just wiping that and she just couldn't get the stain out. But yeah, there's that. And then of course we move the upper chest area. We just have, her little gown here, like her Jedi gown and all that, just trying to replicate what the Jedi use, when they had their gowns. They had it like at a pattern like this, just like that. And of course on this upper area too, she does have a lot of dirt weathering there as well, which is very, very, I guess, weird, because I don't know, maybe she was doing push-ups on the dirt, I don't know, but yeah, she has that there. So in person you can see it has the dirt marks right there, just the dirt weathering, I guess you would call it. And yeah, there's basically that. And then of course, like I said, this thing is or I didn't say yet, but this is a seamless body. We will get into that in just a second. But she does have her gauntlets on both sides of her wrists, or yeah, I guess her strap gauntlets, I don't know what the hell you want to call it. And they are weathered with dirt marks. Like I said, one thing that Hot Toys was consistent with was the weathering of this figure throughout the whole, outfit and everything. It was consistent with the weathering. As you can tell, it has the dirt marks right here, and then of course it has the dirt marks on this hand itself too, or this arm itself too. And then on this arm as well, you can see that she has like her little leather, wristband or whatever you want to call it, but it is not pleather from what I understand. It is like plastic. These parts right here are plastic, and I'm pretty sure they may be removable, but I wouldn't take my chance with it. I think that's just how it is. But yeah, there's that. And then of course, like I said, her body is seamless, which there are a lot of people that like seamless bodies. In all honesty, I do not like it, just because yes, it does, you know, the whole point of seamless bodies are just because you don't want to see the joints. But in all honesty, when you pose it, obviously you're gonna see right here, when you pose her like this, you're gonna have a crease. And then not only are you gonna have a crease, you're gonna have like this part stretched out. And then evidently, you know, if you guys know, especially in the 1/6 scale community, seamless bodies tend to rip. And well, we've seen it with the Wonder Woman releases and all those other types of releases. And well, you're paying a lot of money for something like this, and you don't want it to get damaged. So in all honesty, I would have preferred her to show her joints, but I mean, hey, we already have it here. It's already seamless. And well, yeah, so for those of you that are planning on getting this, I would say be very careful when it comes to like this. I know it's gonna be hard to like not pose her in a, you know, very dynamic pose, but you just have to be careful with their arms, because if you have her on that pose for a very long time, this thing will rip, and well, it'll be damaged. So that's something to be aware of, you know, when it comes to seamless bodies. So yeah, that's pretty, almost forgot, but yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to that. And yeah, that's her, basically her whole off. And of course the hood right here, it is not wire like the Kylo Ren one. It is very loose, and it's very, very white compared to the rest of the body, if you can tell in the camera. And then of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for what is possibly the most important thing that everyone is probably watching this for. It is of course the head sculpt. And well, the head sculpt is actually pretty good. And in my honest opinion, I saw the prototype and I saw the release photos and all the blogger posts and all that stuff, and they made it seem like it was like pretty bad. And I'm being honest, I thought it was bad, but now seeing it in person, and it actually does look like Daisy Ridley. It is actually a pretty good head sculpt. And of course, we have her little haircut right here. You know, her little 3 buns, her, I guess, iconic, or whatever you want to call it, her, you know, hair, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, her haircut right there. But yeah, we have her also, her little, I guess, baby hairs, or I don't know what the hell you want to call it either, you know, just hanging on both sides. Really cool, but I feel like these are easily breakable, or, you know, if you could just tear that shit off, it'll just tear off and you'll lose it and damage or whatever. But yeah, have her, you know, her new look right there. But yeah, overall, the head sculpt looks really good in my opinion. Like, it actually looks like Daisy Ridley. It really just replicates her facial features and all that. And I think it looks really good. So if anyone out there is trying to tell you this head sculpt looks like shit, it doesn't. In all honesty, looks really good. And honestly, it's just a really good head sculpt. One thing I do not like though is the pointed ears. The pointed ears are really weird. I don't know if Daisy really does have pointed ears. If she does, well then I guess they got it right. But kind of makes her look like an elf. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's a really good head sculpt in all honesty. If you guys seen the prototype version, I'll probably put like a picture right there. Prototype version, I mean, that didn't look like her. That just looked like an Asian version of her. It was just really weird. No hate to Asians, of course not, but I'm just saying, like, it just looked like, it just did not look like Daisy Ridley. So, but yeah, but with that being said, like I said, this is my first thoughts of this figure. It's a very, very nice figure. Very, very cool. The head sculpt looks really good from, you know, first thoughts, and of course looking at it right now. So yeah, so now what we will do now, ladies and gentlemen, of course we will now move on to the final part of the video, which is of course putting this figure in a pose and then expressing my final thoughts of the figure itself. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the figure here itself in its final pose, and then of course we are in the last part of the video where I will be expressing my final thoughts of the figure while showing some beautiful poses that this figure can be posing. So with that being said, well, this figure is actually pretty nice. At first I did not, like I said earlier in the video, I was not very excited for this. I didn't really go into this review being like, oh my god, like so excited or expecting much, you know. But in all honesty, like I said, I have to give credit where it's due, and well, this is a really nice figure. There's a really nice interpretation of, you know, Daisy Ridley or Rey from The Rise of Skywalker. The clothing on this figure is very, very nice. The accessories that this thing comes with is very, very nice, and I love the selection that it comes with, especially the new accessories that they added on. And of course, the head sculpt isn't actually bad. It's not. It really isn't. The only pet peeve I really have about this thing is probably just the ears, but other than that, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. It really does look good. Better than the prototype, like I said earlier. And, well, a lot of people are complaining. I mean, dude, I don't see where it went wrong. It looks like Daisy Ridley. And, I don't know. People are just people like to complain a lot. Honestly, it just, and I get it. Like sometimes there are times where you should complain, but there's times where it's like, what more do you want, bro? Like seriously. But nonetheless, like I said, a beautiful figure, you know. And in all honesty, I am in debating like on whether or not I should keep it, because in all honesty, like I said, I don't really like Rey as a character, so like I collect really what I like. And like I'm not like those types of collectors where I need every single like Star Wars figure. No, like it's just like I collect really what fits into my collection and what I really like. And in all honesty, Rey isn't one of my biggest like, you know, favorite characters in Star Wars. In all honesty, I really don't like her character at all, but it is a really nice figure. It really is. And I mean, it would look really cool like right next to my Kylo, but in all, like it's just, it's in between. But like I said earlier in the video, I didn't really even want to keep this figure. I was probably just gonna sell it. But and I'm right now I'm just 50-50. It's really just those accessories. Those two new lightsabers that they added, Rey's and then Leia's, just so beautiful, bro. Rey's lightsaber is really dope, don't get me wrong. And then Leia's is it's just beautiful, man. But you know, like I said, nonetheless, beautiful figure. Actually, a really cool figure. I mean, if you're a Rey fan, I mean, this is honestly a must in your collection if you don't have a Rey figure, because, you know, the older ones are actually going for a pretty decent amount of money. And, well, this one just came out, and it's a pretty nice figure. So, but with all that being said, I truly believe this is a buy, in all honesty, you know? Just, if you have the chance to pick this up, if you really like Rey and you just like the character, you like the sequel trilogy, I don't know, this is honestly a good pickup. And if you're on the fence on it, why not? Screw it, why not? But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, because it really helps your boy out. And let me know what you guys think about this figure, whether this is something you guys are going to pick up, or I mean, if this review helped you, you know, be on the fence of whether or not you're going to pick it up. Let me know, because I mean, I love to hear your guys' opinions and all that good stuff. And of course, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, subscribe to your boy, because who else better to watch these beautiful unboxings than this beautiful human being over here? Because I plan on reviewing almost every Star Wars figure that's coming out. So if you guys want to see all that good stuff, hit that little red button and hit the little bell notification. It really doesn't take that much effort to do. And well, yeah, so with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.